So, you want to get into React Native? Awesome. Before we can start building all the cool stuff, we've got to talk about the absolute bare minimum JavaScript you need to know to get started. Don't worry, it's not as scary as it sounds.
And here's the best part. It all boils down to just 3 things. Yep, that's it. 3 key concepts from modern JavaScript are all that's standing between you and building your very first app.
I know, starting something new can feel a little overwhelming, but seriously, don't worry. This is going to be simple and practical. We're not diving into complex theory here, we're just grabbing the essential tools we need for the job.
All right, let's jump right into key number 1, modern variables. These are like the basic ingredients in our recipe. You're going to be using them all the time.
And really, this whole idea comes down to one simple question you have to ask yourself every time you create a variable. Do I ever expect this value to change? The answer is right here. It's a simple rule. If the value should not change, if it's a constant, you use const. Think of it like you're making a promise that this thing won't be reassigned. But if the value can or might change later on, that's when you use let. Simple as that. Now, you might have seen var in older tutorials or code examples online. Well, you can pretty much forget about it. That's the old way. Today's standard and the key to writing much cleaner, more predictable code is to just stick with const and let. Okay, on to our second key, the arrow function. This is how we write functions in modern JavaScript, and you will see it everywhere in React Native. And just look at this example. See how clean and compact that is? We just make a constant called greet. It takes an input, in this case name. Then we have that little arrow, and then we say exactly what it should return. No extra fluff. The big advantage here is just how short and to the point it is. It cuts out a lot of the ceremony of old school functions. And hey, for any of you coming over from the iOS world, this probably feels pretty familiar. It's a lot like writing closures in Swift. All right, let's talk about our third and final key. This one is a real game changer for how we build strings, especially when we're mixing text and variables together. I mean, just look at the difference here. The old way on the left, with all those quotes and plus signs, it's just clunky and hard to read. But the new way on the right, using a template string, it's so much cleaner. You can see exactly what the final string will look like. So what's the magic trick here? Well, it's all about 2 special characters. First, you wrap the whole string in backticks. That's the key up next to the number 1 on your keyboard, not single quotes. And then, whenever you want to pop a variable in, you just wrap it with a $sign and curly braces. And let me be super clear about this. This is not some little optional trick. You are going to use this syntax everywhere in React Native. Getting comfortable with this is going to make your life so much easier and your code way more readable. So let's take a step back. We've talked about variables, functions, and strings. They might seem like small, simple things on their own, but trust me, when you put them together, they are the keys that unlock basically everything in React Native. So here's your takeaway, your mental checklist. Number 1, use const and let for your variables. Number 2, write all your functions using that slick arrow syntax. And number 3, build your strings with backticks. That's it. I absolutely love how our source material sums this up. Small steps, but they unlock everything we're about to build. This isn't just theory. This is the literal foundation for all the cool apps and components we're going to create. You've officially got the 3 essential keys. You're ready. So the only question left is, what are you going to build first?